Hello, everybody. This is Michael Quintana, and this is my debate on whether or not the world is in a clash of civilizations. So, I would like to open up my debate by first stating my position. When looking at the current state of affairs between different nations, both in the North and the South, the very distinct sense of competition between nations is just one piece of evidence that indicates the fact that the world is in a clash of civilizations. It is important to also state what clash of civilizations actually means. According to Huntington, a clash of civilizations means that the primary sources of conflict after the Cold War will be cultural or religious factors. These kinds of conflicts have been present as long as civilization has existed. This is because humans are historically in a constant struggle for power. In a more contemporary context, this clash is less violent than the conflicts of previous centuries, but the struggle for power is still definitely present. Much of the world's conflicts before the Cold War arose due to a nation or multiple nations vying for power in the form of economic or military control. Whether it be to acquire more resources, such as the case of the US presence in the Middle East, or to assert political or military dominance, such as the Nazi regime during World War II. Conflicts usually meant that a nation wanted to take something or assert something. However, as the world begins to develop and the means of production become better, resources will start to become less of a problem, and instead conflicts will arise due to differing cultural or moral customs. Even when looking at this issue through different lenses, the fact still stands that the world is in a clash of civilizations. If a realist were to analyze the conflicts of today's world, they would state that a clash of civilizations couldn't be avoided because it is simple human nature to lust for power. While there may be brief periods of relative peace, war is inevitable in the eyes of a realist, and therefore so is a clash of civilizations. If a constructivist were to look at the present state of things, they would also state how human nature plays a role in the balance of power, as well as how it can be tipped by making changes that affect the identities or culture within a nation, or forming policies that can have differing effects on surrounding nations. There are real-world examples of how culture and identity play a role in the conflicts between nations, and we actually discussed one in a previous week. Turkey was actually requesting access into the European Union, but has a history of being denied due to the differing language, culture, etc. These clashes can also occur within a nation, as can be seen when looking at controversial issues like abortion or gun control. Two topics that have been very divisive in recent years. Because people on both sides have identities and beliefs that are different enough to cause resentment and sometimes violence between the two groups, it makes sense to say that this conflict qualifies as a clash of civilizations. Another important thing to realize is that political identity could play a big role in culture, and just the fact that different political parties can conflict with each other can also indicate a clash of civilizations in the political realm. People often align their morals and ideologies with those of their political party, which can lead to the individual and political party alike finding themselves in a clash with others with differing ideas. So, to conclude my argument, I just want to state again that the world is, in fact, in a clash of civilizations, and as the world continues to develop, this will become even clearer.